Hey, it's Jet Academy. Good morning. It's Thursday. So yesterday we had some drama with the National Association. They had posted a video from their CEO, Nykia Wright. I hope I have that name right. And then they pulled the video. And then much later in the day, they put the video back up, but with one important change, which they didn't really mention, but some of our folks and the media noticed this very subtle change. And let's see if you can pick it up when you watch the video. So this is the original video. Let's see if I can cue it up to where, here's the spot where she originally says, do I want to say a lie? I don't want to say a lie. We'll just call it an oversight. It was a she misspoke. Let's just put it. I don't want to call it a lie. So this is the original video.
And that the National Association of Realtors controls what real estate professionals get paid is wholly untrue. NAR does not set commissions. It never has, and it never will.
NAR does not set commissions. It never has, and it never will. The new version of the video, which is now back up, says something very different, slightly different, but meaningfully different.
Is wholly untrue. NAR does not set commissions, and it never will.
NAR does not set commissions, and it never will. Jack, what was the difference there? They took out the past tense, because she said that it never has. In the first version of the video, she said NAR has never set commissions. In other words, in the past. But that's actually not true, as noted by Inman. This morning or this evening, last night, I think. The updated video contains exactly one change. NAR does not set commissions. It never has. It never will. And they changed that line to NAR does not set commissions. It never will. So they changed it to be completely forward-looking, and they took out the past tense. The change reflects that NAR indeed set commissions in the past. They have been guilty of setting commissions in the past, a fact apparently not caught until the original video's release. A 1983 study by the Federal Trade Commission called the Residential Real Estate Brokerage Industry, sometimes referred to as the Butters Report, details NAR's history of using fee schedules and pointing out that before 1950, it was against the association's code of ethics to charge less than the standard commission rate. And as Mr. Ketchmark, if you scroll further down here, notes that NAR is actually not being accused of setting the exact commission rate, the particular number, but they are found responsible for using their rules and process by which competitors can stabilize their commissions. In other words, they might not set it at 4% or 5%, but the whole process, the rule structure, make sure that it doesn't float much. They stabilize it from declining. So they keep it elevated at whatever that rate the market sets. There's a nuance there that's important to the law. I wasn't smart enough. I was too smart to go to law school, so I can't explain that. And I'm just a mere mortal. I'm not a lawyer. So anyways, now the video is back up. Yesterday, I got that email from a couple of people, and when you click the link, the video wasn't there. Here we go here. So this is me covering this story yesterday, and as you see, when you click the link in the email, the video is not posted. It is now back up. This is what the website looked yesterday, and this is what it looks today. The video is now back up on the NAR website. It is not on their X account where it was at one point. It is not on their Facebook account, and it's not on their Instagram account. And this does have harkens back to the I don't know if you remember during the trial, they had that ambush video that was a Tom Ferry podcast, and once it got introduced into evidence, then Tom Ferry deleted the video. It is kind of a similar situation, and it's just yet another misstep, we'll call it, from NAR. And just I don't know how many missteps. At what point do you have a misstep and then you just completely fall on your face? Because that's kind of what we're looking at. So now that we do actually have the video itself, aside from the edit that we just covered, the video itself, especially the beginning part of the video, is a really bad message. And the more I'm looking at this, the more I understand that the association is not looking to speak to the general public except through their advertising campaign, which they launched yesterday as well. By the way, I thought the ad that they launched yesterday with the couple that's having the baby and the real estate agent sitting and talking on the couch about their future plans, I thought the ad was really good, to be fair. I mean, I thought that ad was really good. But here is the video that is the edited version of the video that is now back up at their YouTube channel, because the beginning of this video is completely and absolutely tone deaf. So let's listen to that here.
I'm Nykia Wright.
Nykia Wright. Okay, so that's how you pronounce her name. Nykia. Yeah, okay, I get that. Nykia.
CEO of the National Association of Realtors, and I want to set the record straight about our industry and the women and men who make it their profession. The real estate profession has been vilified by...
Oh my God, that's what I heard before. The real estate industry has been vilified. They're making themselves out to be the victim. Sounds like classic words from an abuser. It hurts me just as much as it hurts you. No, it doesn't. You have not been vilified. You've been found guilty. But you are not the victim. You're the perp. That's what the trial was all about. But of course, everyone nowadays in 2024 America, they have to be the victim. We're the victim. We've been vilified.
certain plaintiffs' lawyers.
And certain plaintiff lawyers. So she's clearly taking a swipe at Mr. Ketchmark and also the reporter at the New York Times, I believe, Deborah Kamen. Is that her name? Forgive someone fact check me if I'm wrong about that. But the New York Times reporter is the one that wrote the scathing allegations, and I do say allegations, against Mr. Parcell that forced his resignation over the past summer. And she's been on them like no tomorrow. She's also the one that dropped the announcement last week of the alternate National Association from Umansky and Haber. All right, continuing on with the video.
Sensationalized by a few reporters and misrepresented by people who know little about this business.
Misrepresented by people who know little about this business. Yeah, how dare you comment on this topic? We're the experts. You don't know anything. You've misrepresented. You don't know you know little about this business. The air of superiority. We're the experts. You don't know anything. Does that sound like a thread that I've heard, I don't know, heavily during the 2020, 21, 2022 period? We're the experts. 2 weeks to bet. Yeah, it sounds like the same thing to me. The same methodology. We're the smart elite ones. You don't know anything.
First, the notion that the National Association of Realtors controls what real estate professionals get paid is wholly untrue. NAR does not set commissions, and it never will.
That's where the edit was, because she previously used to say, and has never done so.
Period. End of story. But there are many things in...
Except for the jury verdict that decides what except for the jury's verdict that decided the exact opposite. But at least that they stabilized commissions, to use Mr. Ketchmark's important legal nuance.
NAR actually does to help our members better serve buyers and sellers.
So these are all good things. They have these professional certifications. No one's saying that, those aren't good. You want to do that? Great. Knock yourself out. I think it's kind of baloney. But, if you think that your license or somehow you want this extra professional certificate, go right ahead.
Second,
by the way, nobody knows what those means.
There's some talk about a new association. We welcome competition from anyone who can match our impact and deliver the kind of value we bring.
See, on this regard, I don't think this is as egregious as the other things she said earlier, but it for me, I would not have even acknowledged the Umansky-Haber effort, because it's really just a wireframe at this. It's really, to be fair, the area association, or I guess that's what they're calling it, is really just a wireframe of a thought. It's like a one-page website. That's all it is at this point. They do have some type of MLS service that is revolved out of a Umansky project, but they're also missing one really important thing, is that they don't have the forms. A lot of agencies join the NAR and their local association because of the forms, which are usually specific state to state. And the reason why you want to have those forms is because as a broker, when you're using the standardized forms, so to speak, those forms dramatically lower your liability. And as a broker, I will tell you, like, my number one job is to mitigate my liability. And if I'm using the forms that everybody else is, then those forms have probably been vetted by many, many people and developed over years. And as a result, I feel better. A lot of people feel better running their agency with those forms. I own my own forms, my own set of separate intellectual property forms. I own my own forms, and my agents get those for free. So we're not members of the Realtor Association at my agency. And we have, fortunately, an MLS here in Massachusetts, which is broker owned and not realtor. So I don't have to be a realtor to get MLS membership, which is not the case in the vast majority of the country. Okay, back to the video.
Finally, let me make one thing abundantly clear. The internet can be a tool, but it is not a replacement for the essential services agents who are realtors provide. A real estate transaction is not a simple click and purchase like buying a plane ticket online.
All right, so this is the huge fear, right? That basically real estate will become what happened to the travel industry. I don't know. Most of you people that watch this are probably a little bit younger than I am. And some of you might not realize that, like, almost every little town in America had its own little travel agency. And you would go there. If you wanted to go to Disney World, you'd go there and you'd book your trip with the travel agency. And yeah, they had books. It was a very similar. And when the internet came along, just totally obliterated that, in the same way like the internet's also obliterated local news and a lot of other things. It's flat. It destroyed those little local businesses. And that is the fear of a lot of people in the real estate industry, that some, 21-year-old kid in mom's basement is going to come up with some type of software that's going to flatten this whole situation. And that's what she's talking about there. Same thing happened with flowers to some extent as well.
Most Americans choose to use a real estate professional when buying or selling a home, not because they're required to, but because of the help that one provides in navigating the challenges that are a part of the process of buying or selling a home.
And I think that's true. I mean, it's like your biggest purchase of your life or transaction of your life if you're the seller. And yeah, you might want to have somebody like me to be on your side, because like the worst clients that I ever have are the ones that tell me, Jack, I've sold 3 or 4 houses in my life. I understand how this works. No, you don't. I sell 3 or 4 houses a week or a month, depending upon, how quick you know how many houses you've sold 3 houses and you know what you think, no. Those are the clients that are absolutely get destroyed because they think they're smarter than the people that do this every single day. And it's not that they're dumber, I should say, but they just don't have the level of experience of people that do it every day, right? And so, yeah, those are the worst clients. But the clients that want to take your advice because they understand that you do this every day and they don't, those are the clients that will continue to hire real estate agents because they understand it's like the biggest transaction of their life. Even if they've done it 2 or 3 more times before, they're still not as expert as you are because you do it all the time. And as like the classic lawyer tech cliche goes, an attorney that has himself for a client has a fool for whatever that cliche is. Same thing in real estate. We are all our own worst enemy. Like, who is the worst enemy of Jack Gately Real Estate? It's me. It's right. And when we're negotiating on behalf of ourselves, it doesn't usually work out all that well.
No amount of scrolling on the internet can replace having a professional by your side during what can be a complex, unfamiliar, and lengthy process. We take pride in the work we do and will continue to help sellers walk away having sold at a competitive price, and buyers get the keys to their dream homes. I invite you to find...
All right, so that's it there. Amazing that they made that first mistake and they said that we had never price fixed in the past, and then somehow they edited that out and pulled the video, edited it out, and then reposted, but never mentioned it, right? This is not the type of transparency or professionalism. They're always saying we need the association because of professionalism. Well, get your social media act in gear. I know it was just a turn of a phrase and seemed, but isn't the legal department reading this, watching this stuff? They've got to be, because they know that the lawyers out there, the law firms are watching them like a hawk, right? Of course they are. All right, so this is the latest bungle from the National Association. I'm Jack Gately from Jack Gately Real Estate and the Online Real Estate Academy. I'll keep you posted. Go make some money. Have a great day. Bye-bye.